Bolivia's next presidential election is more than a year away, but it's already getting interesting. The country's vice president has amended the constitution to allow President Evo Morales to run for a third term. CCTV's Dan Collins has more now on Bolivia's political climate from La Paz.
There's an uneasy calm in Bolivia after a tentative deal ended 3 weeks of protests, walkouts and roadblocks across the country. Thousands of teachers, miners and health workers, organised by the country's largest trade union, took to the streets to demand changes to the country's pension law. Despite Bolivia's strong, stable growth, there's still widespread discontent at the low standard of living. Some observers say President Morales is losing his traditional support among the working class.
But Evo Morales is still widely popular, especially here in his stronghold La Paz, where thousands have turned out in this park to hear him speak. They've already voted him through 2 electoral victories, and they could do so a third time.
Bolivia's highest court cleared Morales to run for a third term last month, ruling that because the constitution was changed during his first 4 years, that term did not count. The constitution states that presidents can only serve 2 terms. Yet polls show around 40% of Bolivians would support Morales in a third election bid.
This will be his second time, not his third, and that's why he'll be supported by 100% of the Bolivian people.
He's doing a job as president, which has its pros and cons, but regardless of whether the opposition supports his third election bid or not, they will lose.
Morales hasn't confirmed if he'll stand for re-election, but opposition politicians say they will try to overturn the law, particularly in Santa Cruz, Bolivia's largest city and the heartland of opposition to Morales' government.
We've said this is a blow to democracy, a violation of the political constitution, which shows how the judiciary is controlled by the government of President Morales. Given that there's no justice in Bolivia, we'll take this to the international courts.
If he's elected for another 5 years in 2014, Morales would become Bolivia's longest-serving president. The election is more than a year away, and as yet there's no candidate who comes close to challenging him. Dan Collins, CCTV, La Paz.